Hi, this is TheHande. This short video is meant to be a bit of an addendum to an older video which I shot earlier this year. Earlier this year, I went through the Finnish names for all the Mario enemies in the original Super Mario Bros., translation of which was handled by the Swedish company Bergsala. In that video, I mentioned the name of the Spinies, which was very bizarre because it was the one name translation that I honestly couldn't come up with any reasonable explanation for why it was the way it was. Basically, in the Finnish manual, Spinies were referred to as lukki, which is the Finnish colloquial name for the daddy longlegs arachnid, or if you will, the daddy longlegs spider, even though technically it's not a spider, but it's actually sort of important for this story. Now, I ended up making two follow-up videos to that one, talking more about Finnish game manuals, and in the third video, which was on the Legend of Zelda Finnish translated manual, I brought up the Finnish name for the tektites, which were called hämyrit. Now, a common theme with the translations of the Zelda enemy names was to take a descriptive word and then turning it into a group name, basically taking a sort of adjective or at least some kind of descripting word and then forming the final name out of that. The same sort of logic was, for instance, applied to the Libers and Octoroks, the Finnish names for which were väyhyläiset and lonkeroiset, which I said could be translated as the stalking ones or the tentacle ones, and for the tektite name, hämyrit, I said that the name could be translated as the spidey ones. After making that video, I had a bit of an epiphany, and I might now have at least a guess as to where the Finnish name for the Spiny came from. Now, I need to stress again that this is just my personal theory and I have no way of really confirming this. But when I considered some other translation bloopers that Bergsala has committed, I am at least slightly convinced that this could be the correct answer. Now, what I believe might have happened with the Finnish name of the Spiny is that the translator responsible for the Super Mario Bros. Manual misread the name Spiny as Spidey, and therefore might have made the association with spiders. Of course, Spidey is also nickname for Spider-Man, although it's spelled a little bit differently. And also the Finnish name for spider, it happens to be pretty long. So I believe the translator might have chosen lukki just because it would have had the same number of syllables and would have been a very short name, and therefore matched slightly better with the English name. Now, I have no way of confirming this, but there is another translation error in that original Super Mario Bros. Manual, which ironically was also repeated later in the Super Mario Land manual, which referred to the invincible Mario as invisible Mario, meaning that the translator had misread the word, meaning that the Spiny name origin might be what we in Finnish call käännöskukkanen, or translation flower, which is a translation mistake resulting from either misreading or mishearing a word. But I have pointed out that Bergsala does have a history of some bizarre name choices, but like I said, this is just a theory, and I decided I wanted to make this little short addendum video in case anybody found this particularly interesting. I'm TheHande, see you on the next one.